our last game of the night, we're going to be playing Buddy and His Friends on Halloween. This is a really cool game. So this one is very interesting. I've been kind of excited about trying it out because it's a puzzle game, like literal puzzles. And I really love puzzles. Like puzzling, building puzzles, putting together puzzles is one of my favorite things to do. Like jigsaw puzzles are really fun. And that's what this game is all about. We'll be able to unlock different kind of puzzles by doing the different kind of stuff. It has puzzle mechanics and all of that stuff. But we're going to be able to do it. We can change our challenge size by adjusting the different, how many puzzle pieces are going to be in each run. We'll start with 60 just to see how it looked. And then we'll do another puzzle or the same puzzle at a higher difficulty, just to see what that difficulty range looks like. So we'll go from 60, we'll jump over to 540 just to see what that looks like. It's going to be a chilled, relaxing moment as we just puzzle along. And I do believe they're all Halloween themed, so that is what we're going to be doing. I don't want to use any of this stuff. This is our zoom. That is our way to yeah, that's our shuffle. I wonder, oh, this shows us all the corner pieces, all the lower corner pieces. Okay, so this is kind of a way to highlight and unhighlight different zones. Don't really need that. Let's shuffle it again. Don't need the hint. And we can change our background. I like the dark. That's cheating. It is cheating. We're not going to cheat. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. And what's this? Hints? I wonder if it has a nice snap. Like, the dark is much better, definitely. Especially with the darker. My screen is just kind of overpowering. This looks kind of like a lower piece. We gotta find our edges. Oh, they do have a good snap. Okay. Yeah. That's really... The contrast is too high. It's been a long time since I've done a puzzle game, which is crazy because they used to be my jam. Like, there was a really excellent puzzle game on Windows, or that came with Windows. And it was a lot of fun. And I would play it a lot. No. I don't know. I really like jigsaw puzzles. So these kind of things like really, really excite me. The cool thing about digital jigsaw puzzles compared to... Oh, good. Okay. How if I put one in here? Will it shuffle out? It does. Right. So be careful with your shuffle. The cool thing about digital puzzle games is simply the fact that it's a lot easier to maintain. Like, you don't have to worry about pieces scattering about and getting lost. You could like walk away and forget it for a little bit and then come back later, and it's not taking up like a bunch of room. When my partner and I were younger, before we had kids, we would do a lot of puzzles together, which was so much easier when you don't have kids, or when you don't have young kids, because we would like, our coffee table would have that week's puzzle on it, and we would just like at the end of the day, I'd get home from work and stuff, we'd have dinner, and then we'd go and work on our puzzle together. And it was just like a fun thing to do. So I've always really enjoyed them. It was also one of those things I used to do when I was dating. When I was younger. New partner, I'd always like test them with the puzzle. Do you like puzzles? No. Then this cannot be. It's the fact that we're playing a Halloween puzzle during the winter holidays is funny though. Oh, this is satisfying. This is gonna be so satisfying to finish. Okay, so this goes home. This is probably to toggle full size and stuff like that. So if you want to check out this game, it's super inexpensive. It's actually on sale right now. If you want to check it out, please check out their Steam entry, because if you're into puzzles or digital puzzles, I think this might be up your alley. It is perfectly fair. Yeah, they definitely have Halloween stuff out or Christmas stuff out way too soon. Which, I mean, on one hand, I understand. My family is like a bunch of crafters, and well, not just crafters, but like we had a country craft store growing up when I was a kid, and we would make different like folk art stuff, and my parents would make folk art and sell it at fairs and things like that. That's how we made some money. And when it comes to like Christmas and things, you have to start like really early. So Michael's and art supply stores and craft supply stores, they would really, a lot of the times they would release their Christmas supply things super early because of that stuff. So you'd always see holidays about 4 or so months ahead of time, so people could get their supplies sooner than, and not have to wait until the last minute. Yeah, crafters definitely need to start early. In my family, we would start a few months out for the most part, but a lot of our supplies were from the year before or from wholesale places that sold year round. Because there are places that sell that stuff year round. Eventually my parents opened a store that provided to crafters and artists and stuff. It didn't last very long, but it was a year-round supply store. Oh, that's a perfect time to buy it. The little-known secret is to buy things after the holiday is over. You get some really good deals. Especially because a lot of the stuff's not perishable or anything. It could last. I think that goes there. It's not like fabric goes bad. And what's really cool, and it was a secret that my parents or element that my parents would exploit all the time is a lot of fabrics and decorations and elements were, they would release them for 1 year and then they wouldn't sell that pattern again. So everybody would have that pattern maybe in like 1990, I'm dating myself, in 2020, right? And you would buy your fabrics, you'd buy your supplies in 2020. And then when 2022 rolls around, they don't always have that same pattern. But now you have the pattern and you are using the patterns from last year or a few years back. And then you have more exclusive pieces because people are still looking for that look. Shoe shopping after Christmas. Oh man, there's a lot of deals after Christmas. I know, like, my partner and I have joked before that we should celebrate after Christmas because we could get better deals sometimes. But you know, kids kind of dictate how things are going to happen. Darn kids. Messing up our plans. I like my kids. My kids are cool. They're cool. They're good sports. Still mess up plans. They're fine. This looks like a wall socket. That looks good. Oh man, I need to go shoe shopping too. My partner's always getting on me because I don't take care of myself enough. Like I take care of myself, but I never feel like I deserve nice things. So I don't get new shoes until my shoes are completely unsalvageable. And my clothes are usually just like years old. Then again, I grew up in a family that didn't have money. So, and like a lot of our clothes and stuff were from thrift stores. That trauma probably has nothing to do with how frugal I try to be as an adult. It has nothing to do with it. All right, puzzles coming together. These cats are looking cute. Like, I like the Halloween look. Only because I really enjoy Halloween. Demon poster. Bam! I'm excited for a night of trick-or-treating on Halloween. Whiskers, Pandora, Oliver, let's go! Was this telling a story? Oh, we found the thing that tells us how to do stuff. Move the game board, highlight particular quadrant pieces, highlight the border pieces, highlight a group of pieces, preview, contrast, and shuffle remaining. Next. Actually, I want to go harder. Let's go back home. My kids would just adore this, I think. Let's go 540. We're going in. We're going in pro. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of pieces. Zoop. That is a lot of pieces, man. Let me fix the contrast. I'm gonna say this is like looking at the box. Okay. Everybody looks at the box. You should. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Oh boy, now I know why they let you sort things. Are we still gonna consider that cheating? We're off to a good start here. Okay, I like all the options they provide us. I think they're definitely needed. That's too light. That is not a side piece. Those don't fit. You just get to that point where you're like, you're going to fit. I'm going to make this fit. This looks like it will eventually match up because this coloring matches there. So we're going to put these down here. Oh my lord. Okay. The 500 is... This is pro level, I feel like. Especially if you're going to do it without the assistant stuff. That snapped for itself. I'm not going to shame myself over it snapping into place. Okay, that works. Oh, I am not ready for Christmas. I really miss Halloween right now. I am not a fan of the winter holidays. Like it's fine and all, and honestly, like the only thing that makes it better is my kids make it better. But man, I do not like the expectations of the holiday. I feel like people expect too much during this time of the year. And it's like, my mental health does not get better. I don't know why people expect me to feel better. Huh. I don't want to shuffle the pieces because I don't want these pieces to get knocked around. I like what I have set up so far. It's going well. It's okay. Everything's fine. I'm kind of messing up here. We should be focusing solely on the corners. And I could use the corner button or the quadrant button. Really don't want to, because some might think it might be cheating. But now that we're at this many pieces, it might not be the worst idea. I feel like we're doing okay though. Maybe with this one? No? That's too light. Oh man, I really thought those would fit together. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, well, that happened. I was like trying to move my PlayStation controller, and I bumped the button on it, and it shuffled everything. This game obviously does not have controller support. I don't know how it would. But yeah, it still responds to the controller, like if it was a keyboard. It's fine. It's fine. We're okay. We're fine. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be proud of the work we've done. You wish Bear and Breakfast had... Oh, it doesn't have controller support? Oh, that's a bummer. Is it a kind of a game that would work? Like, I'm the type of person that I get why certain games don't have the support. But I'm also a person with like a lot of health problems, especially in my hands and stuff. So I've passed up, like completely passed up some games because they don't support controllers. And it's always a bummer when they don't have that kind of support, especially games that, like, I totally get certain ones that don't have them. And right, like we're not devs, so we don't know like all the work that's involved in it. But for use and accessibility, controller support's really good. It's at least important for me. And I even find my kids have a better time with using a controller over a mouse and keyboard. My youngest has kind of precision problems sometimes. For me, being on a mouse and keyboard too long is just painful. But I could definitely get over it. Like Baldur's Gate, I definitely make room for playing it mouse and keyboard. Though it has controller support too. It's not, I don't really like it, but it does have it. I would like to ask a dev, like what is involved in getting a controller to work with your game. Ugh. I wish they didn't snap that close. Like I feel like that's too close to... Give me a little more breathing room on the snapping. You like the controller when you feel lazy? Oh yeah. Like sometimes I just want the controller for comfort. Again, I could do mouse and keyboard, like obviously. We play a lot of games that... I've streamed a lot of games that are mouse and keyboard only. Sorry. But like after this stream, especially after our Baldur's Gate streams, I usually have to wrap my hand in a compression brace and usually have to like warm it up and make sure I can keep circulation moving because they hurt so much. And if I go to bed with them hurting like that, they will hurt so much the next day, like even worse. Oh yeah, you have to definitely have better posture for mouse and keyboard. And that's a no. That's a no for me. Better posture? Sure. I've had 40 years of the posture that I have now. I ain't gonna change it for a mouse. Okay, 560, a little in over my head. We might have to use the little cheats. Not cheating, but assistive buttons. Maybe just the quadrant stuff. I just want corner pieces. That's all I want. I want it to show me where my corner pieces are. There they are. Okay. This is all I need. It's not helping me much more. If I could just get these pieces in the board area, that'd be... Oh. This is just making it more efficient. Get over here. We're not making a habit of it. We're just getting our our edge pieces. Here we go. Almost there. Is this one? No. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so in over my head here. This is too many pieces. Too many pieces. And as we were starting, I'm like, oh, 560. That's not like a ton. I used to finish those puzzles, that size puzzle, pretty often. I could even do like they should have 1,000. And now I'm rethinking my entire feeling on that. I think 500 or so is perfect. This is definitely the right amount. Yeah, those snaps are too aggressive. Let me float those pieces around a little bit more. Come on, game. Just give me that a little bit. Alright, those are not the right colors. Here are these. So this goes here. That goes there. No, it doesn't. We're missing parts of a name. These pieces have connected by the power of this edge. Okay, I'm guessing this goes in that spot. This probably goes here. This piece... No. This goes here. And then this goes here. There's our artist credit. I really like they credited the artist. I feel like that kind of thing needs to be done more and more these days. Yeah, still not liking that, but we'll accept it. I feel unsatisfied when it snaps that far away. Too dark for that. These go kind of together. Those kind of go together. oh man, talking about Baldur's Gate, that game is like completely swept like the Game Awards. They got so many awards. It's crazy. Plus Game of the Year. Like completely deserving. I think Baldur's Gate has rewritten the rules of video games. But man, the saltiness online right now over them winning so much has been kind of funny. So many people angry about it. I think people get that they should win, but they all want their own games to win or their favorite to win. Totally understand that. Oh, would it make this puzzle even wilder is if you had to rotate the pieces around? Like they weren't set in the exact optimal position and you had to rotate them and then flip them over. Some of them should be pre-flipped over. Like you have to go through and flip them over. Really get into the weeds of puzzles. The things that drive everybody crazy about puzzles. Yeah, I'm not like totally into the award show stuff either. It's just it's just sometimes like I know for game developers and in the creative field, winning those awards is important because it helps with upward mobility. When you're looking for work, you could say you are a part of this team, you won these awards, especially if your department was a part of it. So when I approach award shows, I'm always going into them getting that there's a lot of politics to it and a lot of like subjectiveness. So it's always like nice to see games that deserve awards actually get them. And that's been my feel lately for like Baldur's Gate. I feel like they deserve that award. They made a really great game. I think we are going to expect a lot more out of developers, especially AAA developers, because of Baldur's Gate, which I think is a conversation we need to have more, is how much Ubisoft and EA and stuff just kind of get a pass of the stuff that they release. And I feel like now with Baldur's Gate and things, they have to put a little more effort because people are going to be more nitpicky about it. Yeah, being in the industry, winning awards in any industry is really important. I remember, and even being nominated. So, story of my past. When I was a graphic designer and art director for the adult novelty, adult consumer goods, one of the products I designed from the ground up. Well, one of the products I designed won an award, or not won, but was nominated for an award, and the nomination actually helped a lot for me, because then people in the industry were recognizing my work. Even though I didn't win, or my department didn't win, or the product didn't win, even though the product didn't win the award, we still were being recognized by people in the industry, especially new employers and different people that ran companies. who were like, oh yeah, I saw what you guys did there. And then conversations kind of turned into like, yeah, I saw your piece, it was a really cool product. Congratulations for the nomination. Do you think you'd be able to bring that energy to our products and stuff like that? It was cool. It definitely opens doors. And you don't always have to win either. Being nominated was just as important as being the winner of it. At least that's what I found. It is really very much like that. It is definitely like going to somebody else's, because the only people that truly are excited and will get anything out of it are the people in that room. Like, if you're not nominated, if you're not in the industry or working in that industry or plan on working in that industry, none of it's really that important to you. If you're a fan, I can see being excited that the thing that you like is getting attention. But even that, like being a fan of something, it winning an award shouldn't matter. That shouldn't dictate your fandom or what's exciting about it. So even that is like, if it wins an award or not, you should still love it because you like it. But is it really that exciting to watch them win an award and make a speech? Really, that stuff is just for them. Even in the industry I worked in, it was like, it was boring. And that was, I worked in the adult industry. You would think the award shows would be more fascinating. They were just as boring. Well, I guess other people might find them exciting, but they are so boring. Like, if you're gonna give a speech or something or you win, it's exciting. It was exciting to be nominated and seeing your team's product up there on a big screen, but outside of that, there's really nothing to it. It is just nice being recognized for accomplishments and stuff. Like, if I was an indie developer and my piece got nominated, like so many indie developers this past week, that's exciting. Like, that is super exciting. And because I do this, I have been like keeping touch of who's won awards, what are they winning, who's like the new up and comer, and things like that. But just being a fan, I see a lot of Spider-Man 2 fans are up in arms over Baldur's Gate winning, and it's like, I don't see how Baldur's Gate winning this industry award is going to make your game enjoyment any less enjoyable. Like, dude, enjoy your games, man. Awards don't make a game good or bad. That is true. I mean, the the head or the CEO or whatever of Larian Studios, he was wearing a full set. He was wearing armor, like plate armor, and the team for Cult of the Lamb had a little lamb stuffy, so that was cute. So at least they spiced it up a little. I think the suit of armor was the best, but I mean, at least there was some people were bringing. Some people were bringing they were bringing their A game. Oh, puzzle pieces. You're eluding. Okay, so these are lighter. They're gonna be over here. This side is more darker. This one go over here. This there, no, there, and that goes here, and then these go here. Oh my gosh, we did it! We did the border. The dresses, the outfits are pretty nice. I worked in wedding planning and stuff long ago, and I knew some stuff without fashion, and I used to be able to do a lot of dress fashion stuff. It's all fried out now. I can't remember much, but when I was working in that industry, it was really fun to watch award shows and like big events and stuff to see what people were wearing, because then I could go to work, and when we were talking to brides and stuff, we could talk about the different cuts and outfits and what the men were gonna wear and stuff. No, I didn't design dresses. I worked with a wedding planner, and my main job was being a tailor. So I did a lot of alterations, and I would plan out and help the brides or whatever event, but mostly brides. I'd help the brides and groom. I'd help the brides, and sometimes the groom was interested. Plan out their what they were going to wear that day, and what kind of purchase or rental they might want to go with. But my goal was they would bring in the brides would bring in different dresses and what their bridesmaids were wearing, what they were wearing, or at least a drawing or a sketching or even pictures of the outfit. And we would try to match their dresses to what was the top suits that year, what tuxedos, mostly suits. I'd kind of lean towards suits. I hated I hated tuxedo style suits, so I would always lean people into more suit wearing. But yeah, my job was mostly to help the bride or whoever's going to be wearing dresses navigate to what suits and what the men were going to wear, or whoever's going to wear suits at the wedding. And then my boss would also run, she would do the event planning. So she would she would be in charge of how everything came together and coordinated everything. But I was mostly on the suit side. But because I was on the suit side, and for weddings, I dealt with brides like 99% of the time. And they don't want to talk about suits all the time. They want to talk about their dresses. And I had to know about that more than the actual suits. it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I was never into fashion and things like that, but I did enjoy doing it because it was still, in my mind, it was still art. Like in a way it was like drawing or sketching. You were putting together these different elements to make a grander piece. Pretty much. No, it was so important to make sure everything felt like they flowed together. And like if you had an A cut or like certain necklines and stuff, you would want the groom and the groomsmen and stuff to wear certain suit cuts, like how their lapels laid or how their lapels were cut were very important to match what the dresses looked like and how the dresses were cut. Again, I am so rusty. That was like my teenage years is when I was working that job. My first job was in fashion and suits. Oh, I love them too. I just wear straight mixy skirts all the time. They're just comfortable as hell. Though I would love to get my hands on a utility kilt. Like, I'm not a big fan of kilts. I think they're lovely for people, but I do like skirts and dresses for myself. But oh my gosh, utility kilts are amazing. I need one because they would replace my cargo shorts. Because usually if I'm working around the house, I need cargo shorts. Like cargo shorts it's how where you put all your tools and hammers and stuff like that when you're doing housework. Because even though I am still very much a handy person around the house, I gotta have all that stuff. I would love a really good utility kilt. Because you still got the skirt style, but it has all the pockets you need. Though I've been really blessed to find all my skirts and dresses have pockets. I still feel very self-conscious. I don't wear them much in like public. I used to be more confident in it when I was a little younger. But now that I have kids, my confidence, especially with the temperature of today, I've been more and more, I butch it up more and more when I go out. Less makeup, less skirt. I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not trying to hide who I am, but I do fear for my children. My children love me and they understand everything. And my oldest respects my pronouns and everything, and has even like continued to explore their own existence. But yeah, I'd rather not have my kids harassed when I'm in public with them. I don't like being called a groomer when I'm with my children. It's not a feeling I like. I don't like them have to experience it. They already have to know about horrible things. They don't need that also, because then they worry about me. And I don't like my kids worrying about me. No, it's cool. Well, it's not, but it's fine. I've gotten to a point of, I'm 40. I don't care what people think of me for the most part. I'm all about just protecting my kids and making sure they're okay. For me personally, I just do what I feel is right. And it took me until my 30s to understand things. Like I always used to play with androgyny, and even though I look like this, I'm built like a tank, and I have pseudofolliculitis, which means I can't shave really, because then my whole face and body breaks out in like rash. So I have always been stuck in a body I don't like, but I've accepted it. But I've always liked to play with my tank-like build, or my masculine build, and also femininity. But I didn't have words for it until I was in my 30s. And then I started to understand, like, oh, there's other people that do this kind of stuff and feel this way. So it's been 10 years of growing more than, and understanding things a little bit more. I hope the developers of Buddy and Friends on Halloween, which you could check out the link right there in the chat, loves this conversation. Because, oh, guys, I hope you're cool. Because man, oh man alive. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I was very, very blessed. Even though my parents, growing up, my parents weren't like supportive or unsupportive. They just kind of let things roll, because I mean, they were hippies. I didn't really have to go through the pain of my family being a problem. My problems came from the people around me outside of my family. But oh, it's so heartbreaking. I've known a few people that they've had to go through so much with their family. I'm so sorry. That's the worst. But I've grown, especially being closer to the queer community, to truly understand that family is what we make and not exactly blood. Like, we make our family. We don't have to be forced into the family we were born into. It is fully acceptable and completely correct to make a family for yourself to feel safe. Oh, the confusion is real. Especially when you're young and you don't have like guidance. And that's kind of why I'm very public. I tend to be more private about stuff about myself. But when it comes to being my non-binary side and things like, and my experiences of that, I decided to be more public about it and be more open about it, because I didn't know many people growing up that experienced these kind of things and felt these kind of things and lived differently. I only had one friend who was openly gay, and it's like, but we didn't have a lot of adults to go to or look up to. So I've been more and more like, I'm a 40-year-old non-binary people. So it's like, you can exist. You can make it this far. It's totally cool. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do fine. Oh yeah. It's funny, like I had the opposite situation. I was misgendered as being somebody. Somebody gendered me as female, and I was just elated and ecstatic that finally somebody saw me outside of like a wide-shouldered, like muscly guy or something. And after that, it was just like trying to explore what that meant. Yeah. Again, I am so fortunate to have grown up where my parents just let us exist and try out things. Though they did that, but they denied that we were anything different than fitting in the binary or hetero. And it did take them a little bit of effort to realize maybe not. But I was fortunate enough to be raised where, like, I grew up in a part of Long Beach where Rocky Horror was the place to go, and it was the place to express yourself and hide. I wish I was in a better place mentally to have truly enjoyed that stuff. The way I got to hide though so much in public is I passed myself off as goth. Like, I was a full-on goth kid. So wearing makeup and having feminine things, like wearing wearing a skirt or wearing fishnets and things like that, like a choker or like little feminine things and some makeup, people would just look at you and be like, oh, they're into Marilyn Manson. Or it's like, yeah, okay. Totally not trying something out here. Totally into goth music. I mean, I was, but you used to hide your unicorns? That's cute and a bummer too. I like unicorns. D&D helped me get into, like, D&D was another thing, like Dungeons and Dragons was another thing that helped me explore stuff. Because I would always play female characters or androgynous characters. I would always play the David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust characters. And it was a fun way to express myself around my friends without fully coming out to them. I mean, I didn't know what I was coming out as, but without being like fully honest with my friends. Because yeah, my friends didn't quite understand stuff like that. They were a bunch of dudes who were very jealous that I could hang out with all the girls, and all the girls liked me, and we would hang out because I was more honest with them. I hated being around men. I still hate being around men. I don't feel safe or comfortable. Again, Buddy and Friends on Halloween. Oh my gosh. This is what you guys wanted, right? Just the true Hydra discussion. Oh yeah, I don't like labeling things anymore. My littlest is still trying to understand stuff. It's gonna take them a little bit more time, just because of some of the genetic condition he has makes it a little harder for him to understand things that aren't fully concrete. But my oldest, they have really, it's so crazy to see such a young kid, being able to like fully experience and taste and like dabble in everything so comfortably, it makes my queer little heart so happy. Tomboy's cool. I think that's a good way to explain it. That is something that's pretty much my partner. That is a understandable marker that you can build off of. Guys, I don't think we're gonna finish this puzzle. The 560 was real. But I gotta say, this puzzle game's been really zen. That's the beauty of these games, like you can just sink right into them. Like, I like the music though. The only thing I would probably change, I like the music. This is not a criticism of the music. But I'd probably look for I'd probably play my own music while playing this in the future. Because I'm definitely going to be playing this weekend. I've many games I'm going to be playing this weekend, it seems. But I'll probably end up playing my own music. Which I can't do, obviously, for right now. But... oh, man. Tomboy makes sense to me, though. The thing that I like about the non-binary moniker is it allows so much more, it allows some flexibility and freedom. I know there's a lot of like back and forth in the community of what can and can't be labeled blah 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 blah. But I really enjoy the idea that there's some indies in the community that just fully experience, like they use their non-binariness to explore hyper femininity or hyper masculinity, even though they are non-binary in a way. It's a little, in a way, it's like it's a way to break some shackles and feel a little more free to express and dabble into different aspects of yourself. That's kind of why I like why I kind of took up the moniker. I don't feel welcome all the time in the community because I don't feel like I fit what people want a non-binary person to look like. But like I don't, sometimes I just really don't feel welcome, but it's the only thing that made sense to me and my experience growing up and even my experience now. This is where I lose subscribers. Hello, people watching YouTube. Don't unsubscribe. It is mostly to celebrate nonconformity. But I know there's like groups in the community that have kind of been like their path to nonconformity has been kind of a way to unbreak the roadblock to allow them to explore different aspects of certain binaries. So I've met some non-binary people who've delved really deep into femininity but still identify as non-binary. I know when I'm still kind of learning the community, and again, I don't feel welcomed all the time in it, but I tend to try to just go with people's feelings. Like if somebody tells me that this is how they experience their identity, then I try not to like tell them it's a wrong way or not, because honestly it's not my place to really tell them if they're doing it right or not. I constantly feel like I'm not doing it right, so who am I to tell anybody? Like, I'm constantly failing at it. Though it is why I'm attracted to cyberpunk as a fashion and as a like a style, because cyberpunk is, I mean, it's post-human, and it's just exploring what human and gender and all that looks like. So most of the fashion I try to have has little cyberpunk pieces in it, and I shop in, like, I look for unisex clothes, or I just buy clothes from wherever I think looks good on me. But dresses are cool. Dresses are the best. When I first bought my first dress and I wore it, it was one of those moments where it's like, holy shit, why didn't I know about this? No one told me about how amazing these feel. Dresses are one of the most comfortable things in the world sometimes. Unless if you need pockets, then they're a pain in the ass. But for the most part, they're really cool. They're the best. And again, I've been really blessed to find all my dresses have pockets. They're not the best pockets, but they have pockets. They just need better support. They need better pocket support. That's like the running joke between my partner and I is, non-binary people are going to make it so there's more pockets on dresses. So cis women need to get on board with non-binary people, because man, you're going to get pockets. Everybody's going to get pockets. Especially AMAB people, non-binary AMAB. They're going to bring pockets, guys. It's going to be Pocket Palooza. Trust. Especially us late growing ones. Our late stage non-binary is, we grew up with the pockets for a long time. I do not want to give up my pockets. I will sew pockets on. Oh, okay. I think you're expressing it enough. I'm looking forward to, I'm actually gonna probably, when I close the stream, I'm gonna probably go subscribe to Crunchyroll. My oldest wants to see the newest Spy Family stuff anyways, so I was going to do it, subscribe this month anyways. So now I have more of a reason to do it. I'm looking forward to seeing it, because I have heard of the name. Like, the name sounds really familiar, and the more you're describing it, the more it sounds familiar. Like, I'm pretty positive I know this show, but I've never seen it. Spy Family's good. I have yet to see Spy Family. My oldest has told me everything about it, and it sounds really awesome. And they're always sharing images and stuff, like their favorite character and what's going on with Anna and stuff. And your my littlest has a Yor plushie, and it just loves Yor. I need to watch it. Oh, there's so many things I need to watch. I don't have a ton of time. Well, if I'm getting Crunchyroll to watch the other show, I'll probably watch Spy Family too. I'll sneak them all in. Why not? I do like anime, and Doctor Who, this season of Doctor Who's coming up to an end, so I need another show. And it's been fun getting into anime now, especially with my oldest really getting into it. Oh my goodness. It is that time though, guys. We are not going to be able to finish this puzzle. We're not going to be able to finish it, guys. Oh my gosh, that's what I do. When I put my kids down for bed, like I read them their story, we get like nighttime cuddle time, and then they get in their beds, and I'll usually hang out with them while they try to go to sleep. And if they have any questions, especially, it's mostly for my littlest, his feet get really painful, so I have to hold him and stuff and like give him feet squeezes. But usually I'll pop my earphones in, grab the iPad, and I'll watch like anime, read a comic, and all that kind of stuff. So my puzzle is just, it is beautiful. I feel proud. We got a lot done. This probably would have sped it up using the little helpers, but I felt wrong. Look at, we're getting close. We did good. It is a nice peninsula. Definitely is nice.